Well, hello everyone. Happy Monday. And not just any Monday. Is today, rumor has it, today is Memorial Day? Is that correct? Man, I can't remember the last time I paid attention to holidays. But, happy Memorial Day, if that is true. But yeah, happy Monday guys. And oh yeah, more important than Memorial Day, don't quote me on that, is this is my 150th day of streaming. Wow. I need like a soundboard so I can do like applause sound and stuff like that. One of these days, one thing at a time. But yeah, thanks anyone who decides to hop in. If you're enjoying the day off, I hope you are vacationing somewhere. If you are an adult, if you are not an adult, well, I don't know. I guess enjoy still being young. L, what's happening? L said, I got the 1DX. It is now mine. The 1DX. Hold on. I need to look into this. What is it? Canon 1... I'm just making a guess. I have no idea. Canon 1DX. Canon 1 EOS 1DX is a legendary professional grade full frame DSLR originally released in 2012. 18 megapixel full frame. Dual processor, shoots up to 12 frames per second with full autofocus tracking, up to 14 frames in high-speed mode, 61 points high-density reticular autofocus system, ISO range 100 to 51,000. All right, and then 1080 for video. What makes it a beast? According to my Google AI thing, says, despite being an older model, the 1DX remains an attractive option on the used market. It has a stellar reputation for excellent high ISO performance, resulting in very clean low light images. Gotcha. Well, that's great to hear. Well, congrats to you, L. That sounds like an epic purchase. It's 18 megapixel, 14 frames, mechanical. Gotcha. Well, damn. Are you going to use it for your concert shoots and everything? I'm assuming. But either way, congratulations on that. We are excited to see what it is that you create with your new camera. Welcome guys. What's been cracking? Oh yeah, so I did just release my latest YouTube video. I pinned it to all the chats. So if you're watching me on YouTube, Twitch, or Kick, well, firstly, thank you very much. But feel free to watch my video on YouTube. Yeah, it's finally done. Oh my God. After months and months and months of me kind of prolonging it, you know, just taking my sweet time with it. And then obviously we got interrupted a number of times because of like film projects that I was on or travels. But the point is, Mongolia Part 2 is officially complete and on my website. I feel weird saying Part 2 because I did take I struck a different chord or a different tenor with the approach of this video compared to the first video. So first video was very much chronological, starting with the context, how I got to where I was staying, what I was doing there, and then we just took it day by day at a nice clean ending spot to stop the story. Part 2 is completely different. I reuse a lot of footage from part 1, but I make it work thematically with each chapter based on a core pillar of the culture that I got to witness. So I hope you check it out. I spent the time over the weekend and I finally cracked it. You know, I found solutions to make this story work. And thankfully, I was proud of myself. I didn't work as fast as some of us, like Fedorevsky in the chat, but I did get it done over the weekend. And so it is out there. Please enjoy. Elle says, it just works. I'll try. I've used it for tilt shift. Oh, very nice. Tilt shift worked today for a mock campaign. Well, we learned about tilt shift not too long ago, so it sounds like an interesting concept. If I recall, tilt shift is the thing that lets you make it look like those Lego pieces or something super tiny and stop motion style, I think, right? I think so, Anyways, yeah, so those are the cool things. I think on today's stream, I might even play my YouTube video. I'm assuming I can't get copyright struck for my own video, right? But I'll share with you guys a little bit of the behind the scenes. I think I'm going to edit... I might have to plug something onto it. But I was going to edit some of the photos from Mongolia as well, because I want to wrap it all up and make sure I can... I have all of the best photos from Mongolia, such that I can post a YouTube video with the photo montage. So, blah, blah, blah. What else do I want to do? Yo, my boy. Thank you for the tier 1 sub from our boy Idora Park, aka Kevin. Yo, long time no see, my man. Good to see you on here. I think it has been a while. Yo, and we got Kunal in the chat over on YouTube saying hi. Hello, Kunal. Thank you very much for hopping in here. I hope you're having a good day. Happy Monday. Happy Memorial Day to all of you. I'm having a good day. It is a Monday, but I feel well rested. I did start the stream a little late, but you know, who's tracking? But I got a new YouTube video out. I'm working on a few other ones. Yeah, we're just in a good spot. We're in a good spot. So thanks for tuning in. I'm just opening up a few videos on YouTube that we can line up for today. And then I'm going to break down how I made the Mongolia Part 2. So we'll actually just play it on stream, right? What's the worst that can happen? Playing my own video. And then, yeah, I'll edit some photos from Mongolia and Uganda. A bit of wildlife, a bit of nature, culture, that kind of stuff. But yeah, thank you very much again, Kevin. It's awesome. Thank you very much. Every sub makes a difference. Every time you guys just watch my stream, like the video if you're on YouTube, all of that goes a long ways. So yes, much appreciated. How are you, my dude? Says Kevin. I'm doing very good. Thank you. I can't remember the last time we chatted, but just as a quick little refresher for anyone who just hops in at various points, I focus on, I need to really identify my brand. I have to hone in on my brand. But for now, I guess I would call myself a travel filmmaker. How about that? A travel photographer and filmmaker. Travel and wildlife filmmaker. Travel and wildlife cinematographer. God dang. I gotta lock in on one of those because I need to update my website and just be a little bit more clear with my focus. But yes, because of that description, what have I been doing in the past 2 months? I was traveling and filmmaking for wildlife, as my brand identity describes. So yeah, I got back, I say 2 months ago, but I guess I got back 20 days ago at least. And since then, I've been just cracking on, you know, like getting through as much of my edits as possible. That's what I've been doing on my streams. I got back into streaming about 5 days a week. So I'm just treating the weekdays like a work schedule almost. And then so I'll be doing a few hours every day, just going through the stream, hanging out with you guys, editing all of my photos and videos. So, but the trips went well. I was in Munich for 2 months, mid-March until I guess May. Why did I go to Munich? Well, because there were a lot of missiles and drone strikes heading my way for a while there, since I live in Dubai. So knowing that I had 3 really important projects that requires me to travel, knowing that those are coming up in those months, I decided, let's get out of Dodge. Let's get the F out of Dodge, go somewhere where I know the airport won't close down randomly, and there shouldn't be any missile strikes as far as I know in Germany. So I stayed with my friend there, and that became my home base. And I went to Uganda for an amazing trip with CNN. So more details hopefully should come out about that. I don't know. Listen, who knows? But my understanding is that basically they're at the final sign-off of the film. I say film. It's like a short film. It's like supposed to be like less than a minute long, right? So it's not like a crazy thing that I thought it was crazy, but yeah, so yeah, Kevin, it was a CNN Create. Hello, Katzenell and Boggin over on the Twitch side. Katzenell and Boggin, hopefully you've been taking some good photos. If I recall, my brain short circuits quite easily. I think you're on a wildlife safari right now, right? But yeah, Kevin, so I didn't get to go into too much detail until after I came back from the trip. Apparently I could have, because I was under NDA, but I thought the NDA was to cover all of that, but when I was traveling with them, they're like, oh, you could have just told people you're working with CNN. You just can't tell people the client that we're working with. That was the NDA. I was like, oh, okay. I hope I heard them correctly, because now I've been saying this whole time, oh yeah, I worked on a project with CNN. But yeah, so basically months back, someone, and this is, by the way, if you guys ever need encouragement about the direction you guys take with whatever you're doing, if you know, similar to my path, every little bit can make a difference, and that's the world I'm in. I'm casting a wide net and hoping some things come to fruition. If you ever run into Isabel Young, tell her I love her a long time. Okay. Interesting. I think, Kevin, you're also Asian, yeah? So I guess you can't... Well, can you be racist? Yeah, I guess you could to your own kind. Anyways, if I ever see Isabel Young, I shall, okay? Scout's honor. Yo, what's happening, Manas? Manas in the chat. Manas Guitar. Wait, is this the same Manas that that's been in the chat before? Or is it a new one? I don't think I remember seeing guitar at the end. Kevin says it doesn't count, yeah. So basically... when I say I worked with CNN, it's a branch of CNN called CNN Create, and they're like the creative branch behind CNN International. So whenever you turn on CNN on cable, on TV, when you see the ads playing, occasionally you'll see, I guess, an ad playing from CNN Create, and so they work with a number of brands to create promotional content. So they work internationally, right? And yeah, just doing like artistic stuff for different companies. So while the company that we worked for, or the entity, is undisclosed, I cannot disclose it yet. The guy who was in charge of this particular project stumbled upon my YouTube video. So of all things, so this is, okay, going back to where I was leading with this. From a random YouTube video I made of one of my travel vlogs, he then reached out to me via email, which then turned into a video call, which then turned into a project that I got to be a part of. And so that was really encouraging for me. And I'll definitely make a YouTube video. Once it's out in the public, I want to make a behind the scenes YouTube video about everything. But talk about like, wow, just a happenstance, you know, you try to build your own luck, essentially. And so... you know, I'm glad that the YouTube video finally got picked up by the right person who wanted to then work with me. And there we go. So yeah, I went with them for a travel project about like 3 to 5 days, somewhere in that ballpark. And I just went as like a secondary camera operator. So they just wanted to license some of my footage, I think. But then it turned into like, oh, do you want to travel with us? I was like, hells yeah. So this is my first time being on a project with like actual professionals. Like these guys know what they're doing. They're shooting with like the Sony FX6, and you know, they brought like the crazy robotic, you know, looking thing, the backpack rig with the pole so you can, you know, stabilize your camera. They had like the big dolly version. Yeah, and so it was pretty cool. Meanwhile, here I am with my 2 Nikon ZRs handheld and just like, you know, my little rinky-dinky style. But they were impressed, and I think they ended up using a lot of the footage that I captured. So I'm thrilled. Either way, I'm thrilled. But yeah, and it turns out it sounds like as long as the Middle East finds some kind of peace, hopefully soon, and the war ends, as long as the Middle East doesn't go, you know, tits up. They did say they wanted to work with me again in the future. So, you know, like lining up a few different projects here and there, you know, depending on the region I'm in, which is like Middle East African part of the world, which is very encouraging. I'm fingers crossed that they do actually mean that, and I'll work again with them. But yeah, your boy got to work with CNN Create. So then at some point I'll be able to put that, I guess I could now, but I want to put that on I have to put that on my quote unquote resume. I got to put it somewhere, right? I don't know where. And obviously you guys know where I want to go next, right? We got to go to BBC Earth, National Geographic. Mana says, Katsunalambaga says, yeah, I just concluded my final day. I'm exhausted AF. I also need to take a shower so I can pack up. I know the feeling, Katsunalambaga. I was living in that world nonstop. Man, it's so much fun. It's a thrill, but I can imagine how exhausted you must be. So hopefully you got some good photos. Was there any crazy sightings? Mana says, yep, I'm the same one. I've started learning the guitar. That's why the name. Yo, if you need me to teach you, just donate a lot of money and I'll be your instructor on stream. I used to be pretty damn good on the guitar. You can find, I'm sure you can find some of my stuff somewhere. It's on my Instagram. I don't think you can find it properly on YouTube, but I was pretty good. I was really good at finger picking and like figuring out how to get the melody involved with the bass and everything else. Because I didn't like to sing. I didn't think I could multitask and sing and play at the same time anyways, nor do I have a good voice for it. So I learned how to just put the melody in myself. Yeah, maybe I'll try to find some of them. Or maybe I'll dust off my guitar and we'll do that on stream sometime. Just donate me $100 and I'll do that. How about that? Katzenellenbogen says, I got some wild dog photo. Hells yeah. I think you were mentioning you wanted to see that. Most of them are out of focus, need to be cropped heavily. I'll check later. It's okay. You know what? I did tell you, right? I think, I forget if last time I spoke to you, if the video was out or not, but I did make a video on YouTube about my mindset shift. Expect anything, enjoy everything. So I hope you check it out because it's literally to do with wildlife photography and how do you handle the stress that comes with not getting the shot that you have high expectations for and, you know, all of that. Kevin says, I knew you had some good stuff coming. Yes, I was happy. I was kind of like, you know, alluding to something cool, but I couldn't speak much of it. There's a few other projects that didn't go through because, unfortunately, the war. So, yeah. But, you know, time, you just got to be patient. Talent, timing, and tenacity. I like the triple T's, yes. This is only the beginning. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I hope so. I'm every day I build up more and more confidence that this is the right direction. I think I've always had that. I've always been somewhat of a delusional optimist, if there's a better term. I don't know. Mana says, try teaching me Bite Your Nails by Marson. I've never heard that. If you show me that, you can play that. I will donate to you for sure. Oh, okay. Well, how much are you going to donate, my friend? What is this? Bite Your Nails? I'll tell you this. The first song I ever learned was the Creed song. Creed. Oh man, something with 6 feet from the edge. Creed. 6 feet from the edge, and blah blah. One Last Breath. That was the first song I ever learned. You know what? Let me grab my guitar real quick. I think the strings will snap literally if I touch it, but we'll see. Hold on. I just freaked my cat out. Man, this thing has so much dust on it. It's a little bit nasty. Hold on. It's actually like somewhat in tune for having not touched it in over maybe like 2 years since I moved here and I like had it, you know, taken out of the moving truck. As much as I would donate if you play that. Okay, you know what? I'll look it up. Also, I just realized how big this guitar is where it doesn't actually fit where I'm seated nicely. So, all right. Let me put it away for now. I'll dust it off and I'll get into it. Let me see if I can find it. It's not somewhat in tune. It's like, it was actually more in tune than I expected it to be. It's nowhere in tune. Well, it might not be in tune. It might not be in tune to the actual notes it's supposed to be in, but relative to each note, it was in tune, if that makes sense. So it like might not have been an actual E, but yeah, okay. I don't know if I'm making sense. You know what? Now I have to find something of me playing because I can't leave you guys hanging like that. You're like, oh, this guy says he can play. What does that mean? Okay, I gotta prove myself. How can I prove myself? Where do I have my playing? Let me find it. Kevin says that validation though. Yeah, it was really good validation for sure. It was absolutely. Coming from a place like that of like trying to prove yourself as a creative, yeah. But here's the thing, man. I think I do kind of hold myself to this, or I genuinely feel this way. I'm not just saying it. I have nothing. I have nothing to prove to anyone anymore. You know what I mean? I got to that point at some point where I was like, oh, why? I don't have to try hard. I don't feel like I need to impress anyone. I feel very at peace with myself being like, oh, okay. Let's say, to take it to an extreme. If tomorrow I get hit by a car and die, right? To me, it'd be like, okay, I had a very good life, but I also feel like I was so super fulfilled. Like I hit all the achievements that I needed to make myself feel like I'm special, and that's it. And then everything else, now we're in like bonus time, if that makes sense. All right, let's see if I can find it. Doesn't it make you feel like going harder in the paint? We all begin feeling like imposters. Yeah, for sure. But I'm not, by the way, I'm not saying I'm like, now I feel like I'm God or I'm like so talented. It's like, no, I know there's so much more to do, or like there's so much more room for growth. There's probably a ceiling. So I also know like, hey, look, there's these levels of like, okay, these are proper, you know, there are levels to this. And some of them I don't think I'll ever actually be able to unlock. But in terms of where my status is, in terms of what I'm able to contribute, what I can create on my own, I'm like, hells yeah, I've done a good job. No need to, yeah. I'm a simple man, okay? I'll be happy being a millionaire. I don't have to be a billionaire. That's what I'm saying. All right, just bear with me. I'm trying to find in my Instagram if I've got... I know I've recorded a few moments where I played. I just don't know if I have it on the right Instagram stories. We're going to find this. I must prove myself to Manas as well. Although I need to look up the one you told me to play. Bite Your Nails by Marcin. Okay. Bite Your Nails by Marcin. Where? Oh, where? Dang it, it's not this one. Oh, okay, okay. I know where it is. I know where it is. It's in Instagram stories called, I think, Day in the Life or something like that. Where are you? There it is. There it is. Okay, okay. I think I can show this now. We can't see the screen? Oh, yeah, yeah. I'm going to share it now. I didn't want to share something I'm not supposed to. Okay. Would you look at me over here playing the guitar? You can't even hear anything. Don't worry. Don't worry. We're getting to it. Okay. And look how long ago. This was 366 weeks ago. Okay. So what is it? 365 days in a year? And I'm 366 weeks. Okay, let's put this on. All right, so this is my rendition of Maroon 5 Payphone. I was really proud of this because I came up with it all on my own. I thought I'd do oh, and then, okay, here we go. Another song. Hold on. Okay. There you go. Those are like the two songs. Oh, that's just sped up. Can you imagine if I could play like this though? Oof. Normal speed, guys. I think that's it, yeah. I think there's a few other moments buried somewhere, but listen. Trip down memory lane. I'll definitely, maybe one of these days. It could be fun if I can somehow hook it up to like this Rodecaster. I mean, it's supposed to be good for audio stuff, right? So I'm assuming it should be easy enough to actually hook up my guitar. Or I can just put it next to this microphone. Or I could, yeah. There's like solutions where I can hook up my guitar and then we can do a fun little music stream. But I do have a limit to my potential on the guitar. So the reason I stopped music and I went to photography at some point in my life, and partially the reason was I kind of already could see where my ceiling was with guitar, right? Or just music. I could see like I was above average. I had a good ear. I've always had a good ear for music, whatever that means. But in terms of performing, I was always above average, but not great. You know what I mean? Like when I played violin, I was like second chair throughout like, you know, young schooling stuff, junior, middle school, whatever. But I could never do the vibrato. I could never like get it properly done. So I always had a ceiling there. And then when I did guitar, that was like just for myself. I enjoyed it, but I always knew that I could never be as good as like a performance level. I like, you know, I don't think I had it in me to be so perfect where I don't make mistakes all the time. I would have to probably play, I don't know. I'm sure I could. It would just take an immense amount of effort to get to that level. And yeah, like there are certain other limitations where I was like, okay, when you see the people who do this for a living, they have like a certain level of understanding and composition and all these other things of knowledge that they build off of. And I didn't have that at all. So I've always just had a decent ear for like, yeah, melody. That's about it. So, but yeah, one of these days I'll play for you. I'll play it live. Okay. We'll do it live. I'll get some new strings, but I need donations. I need donos because I'm not going to go out of my way to buy new guitar strings and clean it up and fun stuff like that. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the recording of me playing the guitar. Who knows? Maybe that was all AI, you know? Kevin says we all begin feeling like imposters though. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah. It does feel good occasionally to be reminded by it. Listen, you know, as cheesy as it sounds, I do really appreciate one of the things that has always kept me going, even back before I was doing YouTube and when I was just on Instagram. It always felt really nice when people take the time to leave a comment about some particular thing that they, you know, it's like, obviously I like anyone saying nice things about whatever I create, but the people who take the time to leave a comment about something specific or how it impacts them or how it inspires them, stuff like that, whatever it was, of my photos or videos, it goes a long ways in terms of that one little bit at a time to kind of build up your ego out of the negative ego, you know, bucket that you start with oftentimes, right? And that imposter syndrome, as you said, Kevin. So yeah, all of it goes a long ways. I do appreciate it. I see it all. It does not go unseen. So yeah, appreciate it. Okay, I gotta look up this bite your nails. But my only concern is, can I play it on the stream? I guess I could always mute it if it's a problem. What is it? Bite your nails. Oh wait, this guy. I think he's Polish. He's like a Polish dude, I think. I don't know why I know that. I think it's because I have a Polish friend and I was like, oh, I need to send my friend this dude. I returned to my hometown in Poland. Yeah, there you go. Yo, this guy is so amazing. Incredible. Okay, I'll never get to this level, all right? Come on, come on. Although I do know how to play like this. I have a video of me playing this kind of style where you're not strumming with your right hand and, you know, holding down the fret with your left. You're actually playing the notes with your right hand and plucking at the same time. I've done this. I don't know what the term for it is, but okay, what's the name of the song that I learned? Andy McKee. Drifting. All right. Okay, since we're going down this road, I'll tell you this much. I actually knew how to play this song a long time back in the days. Up to a certain point. I knew how to play all of this. Not as good. So this guy is amazing, Andy McKee. And he does a similar, he's kind of one of those OGs, you know what I mean? So like the guy you're showing me, Marcin, you know, he's obviously much younger, but this dude, Andy McKee, my favorite musician of all time is a dude named Tommy Emmanuel. These guys were definitely like the pioneers. And what Tommy Emmanuel did really well, or I think he coined, or I don't know, if he invented this style where you do all these I say invent, but I think he's the one who really pushed it back in the day. He does this style where you can do the harmonics. He did it with the song Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Man, I think my live stream today is going to get destroyed by DMCA or whatever. But it's worth it, okay? This style. So anyways, look up this. Okay, so Manas, as you're learning guitar, you should absolutely look up Andy McKee and Tommy Emmanuel. These guys definitely inspired me a lot. When I learned their songs, I would just be in front of YouTube and literally doing this, right? I'd be watching this, trying to see where their fingers are and take it was like any clue. I felt like I was the Hardy Boys or whatever. I would take as many clues as I could to figure out, okay, what string is this tuned to? All right. Then what note is he playing at this point? It must be this one. And then eventually there were tabs that came out online so that you can like try to figure it out a bit more. But yeah, we have a plethora of information these days, so it should be much easier to learn. But learning any song by Tommy Emmanuel is the way to go. So yeah, you know what? I used to be not bad, but just not great. That was the problem. I could never be doing this for a living, so I stopped. And then I went into photography and traveling, and then not to say I'll be the greatest photographer, but at that point I was able to plug it into my income. I was able to plug it into other things that gave me a good trajectory of like satisfaction. But my money stands on Bite Your Nails by Marcin. Yeah, listen, I'm going to tell you right now, that's not going to happen. All right. Play that and I'll donate. Play this and I'll donate. I'm talking about Bite Your Nails. Yeah. I can't do that. But I saw that one video by Marcin. Yeah, this one. How music works. Man, it's so crazy. Yeah, this guy's fantastic. But like I said, I know almost for a fact, I know with almost 100% certainty, he was inspired by those two guys that I just showed you, Andy McKee and Tommy Emmanuel. Because Andy McKee, back in those days, right? He was one of the rare few that knew how to treat your guitar like a percussion instrument. And so did Tommy Emmanuel. Tommy Emmanuel goes crazy. Like he plays it like a drum. Uses a brush on the guitar at different times. He untunes the guitar while he's playing, just like Marcin does. So there's a lot of inspirations I think he probably got from them. But obviously he's of the next generation where you're ideally should be better than your predecessor. And he clearly, I feel like this guy's at the top of the game. So nice, man. But yes, you said me too. It's peak. Yeah. Yo, we got Violet in the chat. Violet says, hey, I thought we were doing photography and then I hear music. Yo, Violet. You know what? Sometimes I like to throw a curve ball here and there. I did bring out my guitar earlier, but it's so out of tune and I'm afraid if I really pluck it, it's going to snap. Because I'm not even exaggerating. I don't think I've played the guitar in over 2 years. So it's just been there collecting dust. So, but there are videos of me online where I did play in the past. So at some point, maybe I'll dig it up and I'll play those for you. Because I was saying, there's a video of me somewhere where I did play that style of video where you slap the guitar a lot. Not as good, but I was not bad, okay? You know what? Man, I want to find it now. Where would it be? Where would I find that particular? I think it's on my Instagram again. Yeah, okay. I think I'll have to go onto my Instagram. Do. All right, I'm not gonna find it. Violet says, good, I need to work on a business plan. Oh, nice. That's always good. Planning is always good, you know. It is what it is. But yeah, long time no see, Violet. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, I am supposed to do some edits. So today was a good day. I did finish my latest YouTube video and I published it about like a couple hours ago. So I do hope you guys check it out. It is our... Oh, you know what? I was going to play it on stream. Here, at least I'll play the opening. Mongolia. I'm trying to line up a few YouTube videos so we can... I made a cinematic feature film in 3 days with $0. Okay, let's open that. Let's open this. All right, I think we got enough things to watch now. Oh, I was supposed to play some chess first, but you know what? Let's watch my video. I hope you guys check it out. Give it a thumbs up and all that fun stuff. Violet says, I graduated with my BFA in May, and I am working on starting a business, and I might have my first gig with my hometown housing authority. Yo, well, congratulations. It looks like you're moving fast. Congrats on getting your BFA. What is Bachelor's of the Arts? Is that what it is? Either way, congrats. All right, let's play this one.
I came to Mongolia for the eagles, for the hunt.
All right, guys, so this is part 2. Technically, this is part 2 of my Mongolia trip, although it's not chronologically tied in the same way as part 1. So you could watch it separately. You don't have to watch part 1. I hope you do, but all right, here we go.
I came to Mongolia for the eagles, for the hunt, for the wild. But what I discovered beyond that were the people, the ones who carved a life from this land and called it home. These are their pillars. These are their songs. This is the heart of Mongolia.
I'm gonna put that on 4K. Violet says, thank you, Bachelor of Fine Arts. I should know that. Well, congrats. Nice. And you're starting your own business, too. That's kind of like, man, you're going off the deep end in a good way. Bold. So I figured out the strategy with this video. It's in graphic design. Ooh, nice, nice. Well, maybe you can help me design some things for my channel. I think I got most things up and running now for my stream stuff. But yeah, so with this video, I do hope you guys check it out in full. But basically what I did is I had 4 verses to represent the 4 pillars of the Altai people. I was in the Altai Mountains with the Kazakh eagle hunters, the nomadic people. And so I pointed out 4 different traits that I thought really resonated or stood out to me during my time with the people. And I I tell each verse through them actually singing. Surprisingly, I ended up with a number of recordings of random people performing, because like this is one example where we all hold up and they started drinking and playing on that instrument. So then I had enough songs played by enough different people, but also different, what do you say, different moods that kind of fit some of the verses that I was going with. So example, this one, I called it Kinship. So that you can see, obviously, I wanted the theme to be around the camaraderie, the fact that all these nomadic people, they're nomadic, but they are so social. And that's a point that I make in the upcoming intermission about what stood out to me is like, for a people that's supposed to be like, you know, nomadic and alone, you can see how sociable they are in these moments that I was able to capture. And so is all this kinship, the bond that they share amongst each other, I thought it was a really, it resonated with me when I was there. So yeah, verse 1 is kinship. The verse 2 is hunt. So then obviously a big component of their lifestyle is that they survive in the wild and they're hunting. The bond that they have with the eagles and the way that they coexist to hunt and gather, right? And then the third verse is around home. So I made each one like a single word. So third verse is home. And so this is where we talk about, just like the other feature that I thought was like how welcoming the people are. So I make a point about how even just like walking in, immediately they're like setting the table, they're trying to feed you, they want to make sure you feel welcome, and it almost feels like you're part of the family. And I know this is like this is big in Arabic tradition as well. It might be like tied to Islam, I could be wrong, or there's some connection between like Arabic culture and whatever, but there is this sense of like welcomeness, and to me it's like such a refreshing feeling, especially as a Westerner. You don't just walk up to a stranger's house, you know. You don't do it in Dubai either, but like, you know, if I was living in San Francisco still, there's no shot I'm gonna walk up to a neighbor's door and just be like, hey, could I crash with you? Could you feed me? Could you give me a cup of coffee? You know, like, you know, good luck to you, sir. That's never happening. Whereas here, it's a completely different tradition. So that's the third verse. And then the fourth verse is resilience. And that's where I talk about, I mean, one of the things is they live in one of the most, it's got to be one of the most challenging places to survive. You know, when I was there, negative 40 degrees, right? We were literally in the middle of one of the worst storms. One of his horses died while I was there, right? It was just like so severe. And this is their lifestyle every day. They're roaming the countryside and all that. So anyways, those are the verses. I'll let it play a little bit.
That was one of the highlights of my trip, spending the afternoon huddled in a tiny room, escaping the intense cold. The hunter started passing around the vodka, and quickly the room filled with laughter, songs, and delicious food. I used to think a nomadic life would be a lonely one. You've got no fixed neighbors, no address, it's just you, your herd, and the wild. But that's not what I found out while I was out here. Turns out the further out you live, the closer you have to be to each other. The bond of kinship out here was one of the strongest I'd ever seen. The fire stays small, but the circle keeps getting wider.
Ooh, I'll point out another thing. What I was trying to do, just a little subtle thing that I thought was a nice gesture, is the last words that I say during each of these intermissions, it should closely pull from the quote that I showed in the beginning of the previous verse. So here I said, so this is about kinship, and it says the fire is small, the circle is wide. So then I roughly said that line at the end. So I try to kind of mimic that pattern for each of the intermissions associated with the previous verse, if that makes sense, right? And then the intermissions, I just wanted to play something soothing or interesting. So I have a bunch of these shots of the eagle in flight. So I figured that could be nice little visual eye candy. Spotting. Fat cat spotted. Yo, Sora, what's happening? No, that's not the fat cat. Or Nala can never be. You take that back. How dare you call her? Yes, Nala, you're not fat. What's happening, Sora? What's happening, Mindful? We got Mindful in the chat. Says, yeah, buddy, this looks familiar. Great to hear you discussing your videos and experience of figuring out these scenes and cultural stories. It is familiar, Mindful. Yes, you're right, because I've been working on this video for way too long, if we're being honest. So I am glad myself that I can finally say we're putting this chapter of Mongolia past us. So now we can work on the next travel vlog, which is going to be, I think, Sri Lanka. And then I've got Uganda lined up, and then we got Zimbabwe. Then I've got Vietnam for a whole month. Then we got Zimbabwe and Uganda again. Yeah, we got so many trips, but at least we can move to the next country, and I can take I think it's like almost 8 terabytes of footage that's taking up my internal storage just from Mongolia. So I'm so excited to just wipe it off of my computer. But we got Nala over here, and Kimbap is missing. I don't know where Kimbap is. He's just kind of doing his thing. But I'm assuming that's the fat cat you thought you saw. Violet said, bandshoff.co is my website. If you're curious, it's currently a work in progress, so I can switch it over to a business website and not a portfolio. You said you do graphic design, photography as something to support the business. Gotcha. Well, good stuff, man. Here, let's check it out.
Spending the afternoon huddled in a tiny room,
bandshoff.co.
The hunter started passing
It's
around
gonna,
the
like,
vodka, and quickly the room.
Hey, it looks
laughter,
good. Even in, what do you call it?
And delicious food.
What do you call the thing? Responsive. Very responsive.
A nomadic life would be
Nice.
a lonely one. You've got no fixed neighbors, no address. It's just you, your herd, and the wild.
Hello.
But that's not
Very
what I
nice.
found
Looks
out
great.
while I was out here.
I like the colors.
Turns out the further out you live, the closer you have to be to
Very
each other.
simple. Like
The bond of
minimalist, I
kinship
guess.
out here was
I like
one
it.
of the strongest I'd ever seen.
But yeah, I need to refresh my website as well. Sora says, Kimbap do be stealing food. Thank you for reminding me. I got suspicious. Doing amazing. Just resting after 2 hours session of writing my first script for my first film. Yo, congrats.
Fire stays small, but
Yeah, I'll play you guys some of the intermissions. So this is second intermission.
I spent days out in the cold with the eagle hunters, following them.
So this one I
across
took
the
another eagle shot,
snow-covered
and this one I
mountains
combined the
as
two
they
POVs.
watched
So
their
this one has the
birds hunt.
GoPro mixed in with the eagle shot that I was
didn't
taking.
actually catch anything, and honestly, that didn't seem to matter to them at all. I used to think they were called eagle hunters because of what they caught, but after a few days out there, it hit me. The name isn't really about the prey, it's about the partnership. The bird is the real hunter, and they're the ones who raised her. These guys take young eagles from the cliffs, train them for years, and hunt with them through the worst winters this land throws at them. And then, after 7 years, they let them go, back into the wild. That's the part that got me. The bird is borrowed, but never owned. And somehow, she keeps coming back.
So then I've got the third verse around home. So then all the B-roll here is meant to be like stuff that I shot that shows off the welcoming nature. So it's a lot of it's a lot of food footage. I'm just gonna speed along. Of course, you guys should watch the video in its entirety and give it a like, leave a comment, and all that fun stuff.
One of the things that completely caught me off guard out here was just how welcoming everyone was. Where I grew up, you don't knock on a stranger's door, you don't just ask to come in, and you definitely don't ask to be fed. But out here, no one knocks twice. The door opens, the kettle goes on, and a bowl appears in front of you before anyone's asked your name. I'd watch the women of the house work for hours over the food, the kids running around laughing, the elders pouring tea like it was a ceremony, and none of it was for show. None of it was because I was a guest with a camera. This was just how it works out here. And that's when it hit me. Family isn't just the people you're born to, it's whoever walks through your door. They don't see strangers. They just see travelers who haven't eaten yet.
And then this one, if you have been watching my videos in the past, or if you'd seen, if you'd seen in the past when we worked on the first video, you'll recognize a lot of the footage because I used a lot from episode 1 into this one. Because this one's about resilience, so I wanted to show any of the shots that I had where you see the animals, when you see them out in the cold, the blizzard, all of it. So I mix in a lot of the shots. I'll let it play, yeah.
Artık söz Ejelden hevesim yok. Ölüm dese sayraydı gönlüm köpi. Жақсы болсаң ағайын көр алмаған жаман болсаң ағайын бер алмаған өмірдейді ежелден әуесім жоқ өлең десе сайрайды
So obviously I have no idea what they're saying, so I was just trying to map a song that sounded very somber to go with like
a
the
few days into
mood.
the trip, the weather completely turned on us. The temperature dropped to -40, and we got caught in the middle of one of the worst storms this country had seen in decades. In Mongolian, the word for this kind of winter is zud. It literally means disaster, and that year the zud killed 8 million animals across the country. Even the hunter I stayed with lost one of his horses to the storm. And yet, somehow they just keep going, feeding the livestock, reinforcing the shelters, pouring tea, laughing. I think that's what resilience actually looks like out here. It's not something they talk about, it's just baked into how they move through the world. You see it in the way they light up a cigarette during a blizzard like it's nothing, in how they laugh while I'm shivering, in the wrinkles the wind has carved into their faces for life. This land doesn't give you a choice, it teaches you, or it takes from you, and somehow they keep choosing to stay.
Yeah, and then you get the final one, and it's like a nice little. Actually, I'll play some of it because you guys can see like the goodbye shots basically. So this is like the farewell section where it's like the outro. Oh, and then you'll see at the end when I finally got home to my cats, and they did greet me, which is always a nice feeling. Violet says, I'm going to lurk while I work on my PC. Yo, well, thank you for lurking. I appreciate it. Coming back to Dubai. Oh, you know, it's funny, I forgot. That video right there of my luggage was not actually my luggage. So now I just remembered, this was I forget if I think I shared this on stream a while back when I was working on this video. I remember I was so confused, and the reason I was recording me picking up this luggage bag was because it was fully wrapped. It was like fully saran wrapped when it came off the belt. And I was so suspicious because I was like, what the heck? I never wrapped my bag. So then I ripped all the bag off, the saran wrap off. And then I was like, I need to record this because it seems like maybe someone played with my stuff. Like, what if they stole something? So I started recording, and I was in the middle. I think I opened it all the way, and when it finally hit me that this is not my bag, it's like so obvious. It should have been so obvious that this is not my bag. But in my mind, that could never be, right? It was like, I'm so self-centered. I'm like, yeah, this must be my bag. But the reasoning was like, I thought, who else would buy this ugly ass bright yellow luggage bag? I thought I was safely in the realm of like the one and only. So anytime I see this bag on the carousel, I just assume it has to be mine. But apparently someone out there, maybe my soulmate, literally had the same bag. So I felt bad because oh, well, I just opened your bag and yeah. Anyway, so this one's not mine.
The Altai Mountains are one of the harshest places on Earth to call home.
And here are my
People
cats.
who live here have figured.
This is the fat cat you were talking about. Although, is he bigger now? I mean, he's older, so I guess he's bigger because he's older, but I think he's lost a little bit of weight.
Are one of the harshest places on Earth to call home. but the people who live here have figured out how to make it feel like the
Oh, and that was
warmest.
also somewhat out of luck, but obviously once it was like when I got it lined up this way, I was like, I'm not changing it. But Kimbap's steps match to the beats of the song, or as the guy's singing, you can see it lines up. So it's like he's marching to the beat of the song.
The Altai Mountains are one of the harshest places on Earth to call home, but the people who live here have figured out how to make it feel like the warmest. That's the heart of Mongolia, and it's going to stay with me.
They're
for
my
a long time.
cats.
Thanks for coming along with me on this one. I hope a little piece of the Altai stays with you too.
Well, there you go. So this is, obviously I skipped a bit of it, but I hope you guys check it out. This is my second video about the eagle hunters in Mongolia. So.
After 16 years of
All right. I was supposed to do some edits. I was supposed to do a lot of things, to be fair. Starting with, let's just warm ourselves up with the sound game. We're going to go hard mode and we'll do single player. Wait, is this the right game? dial.gg/sound. Oh, is there like an ad? Wow, they're throwing ads in now? Come on. All right, here we go. Oh, all right, we're off to a good Monday start. All right, we got a new video out. It's Memorial Day. It's the 150th stream. And we're starting out with a proper 10 out of 10 score. Okay, not bad, not bad. As per usual, I'm always under by a little bit. Okay, 9.99, a little bit under, that's fine, within reason. Oh, yo, all right, let's keep going. We got one more. Okay, okay. I accept these conditions. How'd I do? Oops. I was on the wrong screen. 19,000 out of 5 million. 5 milli. I accept these results. All right, boom. Now let's just get a couple games of chess in there. And then I can feel comfortable to edit. And for edits, I think today I mentioned I want to go review my Mongolia. I need to review my Mongolia photos. I just want to see if I can get all of them out the way. Or no, what's next? Mongolia. Yeah, probably that. Alright, this seems like a typical game, so I gotta be careful about this bishop pointing at me. And if I move my queen out the way, he'll take this, which I don't like. Okay, so I'll do this. I'll trade. Okay, okay. I'm gonna block that out. Okay. So now this one can protect. Oh, okay. I see how you gotta do me dirty like that. All right, fine. I'll back it up. I was gonna replace my queen with this bishop to protect this knight, and as I move my queen out the way. All right, I guess we'll do it here. Dun, 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 dun. Already he's being cheeky. Cheeky. I'm trying to guess, which piece does he really not want to give up? I'm gonna sense it's this bishop. No, he prefers to keep this bishop alive. But just to mess with him, let's threaten this bishop. Ooh, so he does care about this bishop. Interesting. So would he want an even trade? Will he accept the conditions of that? Let's just keep pushing. I just want to see how aggressive this guy is. Okay. So if I move this here, he takes with the pawn. I do that. And then of course, and I'm left with... That's not bad, right? I think... Oh no, but then I leave this one exposed. Okay, not good, not good. So I'll back it up. Oh shoot, what was I doing? Oh no. Oh, I just gave him a free piece. It's okay, we still got this. I meant to give him a nice little handicap, you know? Shoot. Well, now I gotta play perfect from now on. Damn. Cyroni says time caution. Oh no, we got 1 minute 44 seconds on my side. Thank you for the sub, Gab.Riel. I like the way that username is. Thank you, Gabrielle, over on YouTube. I'm streaming on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. I appreciate wherever you're following me. If you are following me on YouTube, if you have a YouTube channel, you should definitely check out my latest YouTube video, which I've just released as of a couple hours ago. It is part 2, but it is a standalone video. You don't need to watch part 1. But it's of my trip to Mongolia a couple years ago. I hope you check it out. Daytor. Oh, Daytor. Hello. Sorry, I don't think I said hi to you earlier. I think you were here, yeah? Guten Abend, Daytor. Violet's asking, what software are you using to multi-stream? What am I using to multi-stream? Oh, I'm using Atom. AI Tum. Previously, I was using... what was I using? I was using Restream.io, but then I was having a little bit of issues with Restream, where my connection would not constantly, but every once in a while, I would disconnect. I would have disconnection issues. So eventually, I just said I need a new solution, and AITUM, that popped up as a potential good source to use. What do I do here? I'm just gonna force a check. And then, is it free? Violet, I think it is free. There is some kind of paid version. I forget what it's for. Maybe like for the suite, but don't quote me on it, but I thought it was free. And then Restream, I think, is also free. Jeez, it's been a while. I apologize. I should know this because I was going to make a YouTube video about all the tech that I'm using. But yeah, are you planning to stream? Is that why? I feel like that's just going to be the go-to, right? Like, just generationally speaking, I guess... You know, Gen Z and beyond, you guys will all just probably, I guess, naturally. It's like, I imagine for the next generation, it'll be no different than how my generation, everyone used Facebook. Not anymore. I don't know how much of us use it anymore. But like back when I was in high school, every one of us were wasting away on, well, we first started with MySpace. And then it went into Facebook. And I imagine the same way everyone's got Facebook, everyone's going to be like a streamer. I don't know how to feel about that, but it's like, you know what? Every generation has their thing. All right, I don't know how this game is going to end up. I'm going to be honest, I haven't been fully paying attention. And this guy is up by 3. So my goal is to just confuse the shit out of him and win on time. Because I am technically almost even with him on time. So even though he's up by 3, he's going to feel so... You know, he's going to be more cautious with his moves because he's getting so... I'm like projecting, but I'm assuming he thinks he's so cocky. He's got it in the bag. Like, why shouldn't he feel that way? He's up by 3. But this is a timed game. So sometimes it doesn't even matter. Especially if you have a knight. The knight is so tricky to deal with because the knight just makes you have to second guess. Like, are you about to cause a... Oh, shoot. As I say that, he just caused me to have to give up my knight. It is what it is. All right, all right. I see. Let's just play fast and loose, though. I think he's going to move his rook there. I think he's going to want to sacrifice the rooks. But he's only got 18 seconds. All right, that's fine. I'll just move it here. Okay, that's fine. Let's just bump this forward. Name of the game is speed, okay? He's wasting precious seconds because I just did that. And that's fine. I'm just going to put on the pressure valve. Confuse him. He's going to be like, what do I do? What do I do? I got 10 seconds left. Oh, no. Meanwhile, I'm just going to be like, straight chilling. You're going to have to move that rook back. That's what I thought. All right, but now I need to go fast as well. Oh, no. Okay. Well, I screwed that one up. I didn't mean to do that, I swear. But I let go of the mouse. Okay, I might as well resign this one. I don't feel good about winning those when I made too many mistakes. How do I resign? All right. Kevin says, do you watch Nemo chess? What is Nemo chess? Do I watch someone named Nemo play chess? Or is that like a type of chess? Either way, the answer is no, I don't. Enlighten me. Violet says, I'm slowly getting back into streaming every Tuesday and Thursday, but not official set schedule because I have days where I'm just not in the mood. I hear you, man. The way I've been thinking about it is I'm almost treating streaming like a job because I need to. Like, not that I don't enjoy it, but obviously, like, you know, I want to be lazy. I want to just like... Because I treat... When I'm on stream, it's funny that I say this as I'm playing chess right now. I was about to say, well, when I'm streaming, I'm not usually playing games or anything. Well, wrong. But yeah, generally speaking, I do use my streams to be productive where I'm like editing my photos or videos. So I do kind of treat it like it's a necessity. So yeah, at least for now, I've said like, look, I'm going to be streaming 5 days a week. And it's almost with the same conviction as like when I had my day job. And it's like, you can't just skip work just because you feel like it. You know, you got to show up, you got to put in the time, right? So I'm kind of viewing it the same way. It's my version of trying to feel responsible and accountable. Okay. This is always a good task of like, this is always a good test of my ability to multitask, which ebbs and flows. All right, I gotta be careful of this pawn here. This bishop might go after that if I'm not careful. But I also want one of my rooks here to line up to this queen. Kevin says, oh no, Violet says, I've been thinking of using my VTube avatar and or in person, depends on the mood. Interesting. Yeah, I know VTubing is a huge thing, right? Especially with the crazy tech stuff, right? I feel like tech is getting more impressive. But yeah, I get, you know, listen, at the end of the day, there is something to be said about putting too much of yourself online, including your face and all that. It could be risky, you know? So you got to be careful before you do that. I feel like I'm of a generation where it won't matter too much. I don't know. Kevin says, do you watch Nemo? She's a chess player, live streamer. Okay, here's what I could be careful. Oh shoot, I already made a mistake. Because the same thing I mentioned is going to cause me problems. Because the moment I move this pawn up, he's going to get a free pawn. Because then I have to move my bishop out the way. And if I move this knight back, then they got a free pawn there. All right, one step at a time. Let's just protect the knight. He's going to take this pawn. And then I have to move my... Problem is if I move this rook here, he'll just fork... Oh no, he can't fork me because then I'll take it back. Okay, that's all I can do for now. One step at a time. I'm in crisis mode. Kevin says she's a chess player, live streamer. She's a ladies grandmaster. Gotcha, gotcha. Nemo, that's a cool name. The thing is, like, I'm just not good enough at chat, or I just don't pay attention to it anymore. I did for a while, but I don't play to get better anymore. I just play thoughtlessly, if that makes sense. I'm just... It's like a video game for me. It's not like I'm researching like, oh, I need to do the something gambit move and like, oh, this person started with this opening. That therefore I must do X, you know. After I watched Queen's Gambit, I did for sure, and I did that for like probably a solid 3 months or so. Now it's just like, oh, this is I mentioned this on stream before, but playing chess, especially like bullet chess or like the 1 minute games, that is the best solution to if you want to be distracted during a tattoo session. You should do that, because when you're playing those 1 minute chess games, your mind is fully just laser focused. You have no ability to think beyond the next move. So then any pain that you might feel, you just it's your mind can't focus on it because you're so busy just figuring out like, how do I beat this opponent in a few seconds. So if you want to distract your mind enough that you completely forget about the pain, well, there you go. Violet says, same, because I'm considering on using it to market my work. Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. I've been debating on what I stream, if you know, like one day photography, graphic design, one day just games. Listen, I'm not the best person to ask for that, because yeah, I'm just not the best person to ask for that. I started streaming, but my reason for streaming is somewhat similar to what you said. There's definitely a value to utilizing in a way to market your other skill sets or like other things that you have to sell. So there's definitely a value there. Oh man, I'm getting destroyed right now. What do I do? But the reason I got into live streaming, one, I do want to push myself as a creator and find ways to... Oh, what did I do here? Whoops. Yeah, I need to find ways to diversify what I have to offer. But then separately, I really want to get into IRL live streaming. Specifically for the niche that I do, right? Which is around like my wildlife travels. So that's where we've been talking for the past few months about how I've been trying to research and figure out ways to actually do that, right? Like, how do I rig up a safari Jeep so with the Starlink and everything else with the tech, such that I could literally run a live stream within the vehicle and show you guys whatever wildlife I'm chasing. Man, I am getting destroyed. Clearly, I'm not that good at multitasking. I like VTubing when I don't want to put my makeup on for doing it in person. Fair enough. Yeah, different, what do you call it? Yo, this is not looking good. All right, I'm gonna have to resign this. Where's the resign button? Yeah, I do forget sometimes. Like as a guy, it's much easier for me to just like take a shower and then boom, I'm ready to go. All right, I don't want to play this guy again. I want to play new people. Kevin says, I need more stimulation. I need shit to explode or something. Queen's Gambit was dope. Your IRL setup. Ooh, let me click on that link after I destroy this guy. All right, I was supposed to win 2 out of 3. I've already lost 2 out of 3. So let's just start fresh. Let's win 2 out of 3 going forward. And then I can move on. But yeah, I guess what's the harm in what you said? Like your approach, Violet, which is like, why do you have to only focus on doing one thing? So you could mix it up, doing like some are more grinding photography, editing streams or doing design work. And then other streams can be like the detox. We're just chilling and gaming vibes. But like speaking for myself, just like candidly, I feel like I'm not in the right generation to really count myself as like a proper gamer streamer, especially starting from scratch, right? I'm just a little too old now. I feel a little bit weird if I were to be a gaming streamer and like all of my quote unquote colleagues are, you know, still in high school or I don't know, whatever. And then I have to like trash talk with, yeah, I don't know if that, I don't think I could do it as a living unless I'm doing it for jokes, like for the memes. I know this one graphic streamer, he would stream his work 5 days a week during the day and then stream again his games in the evening. I'm like, you stream a lot. I mean, if he makes you money, I guess there's no harm in that any which way. For me though, it's like, I don't know. Live streaming would be great in the long term. It'd be ideal if I can grow the live stream enough that that is like a proper full-time thing. My hope is that I can make that possible, especially... Give me a second. I'm trying to figure out how to play this one. I want to get my bishop out here to lock these two in place. But how do I do that? I don't want to scare off this rook just yet, so I'm going to move this here. But then he's going to move his rook here and double up. So I got to be careful. Because I got 1, 2... So I could, I'll have to move this rook here if he does that. Violet says, I can't talk for over 2 hours. It's hard. I have that ability. That is a skill set that I don't know if it's something you can train over time. I'm assuming, yeah. Just like in terms of being more comfortable speaking in public or whatever else. There's probably something to that. So basically my point is never say never. I feel like you may feel that way now, but I think it's definitely something you can train yourself to do. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. I just gave up my knight. Okay, you know what? It's a fair trade because if he takes it without doing anything else, I'm going to move my bishop here. And at least I get a rook in exchange. Oh, but then he saw through my trickery. This bastard. Well, he still has to move the rook out of the way. But yeah, sorry. So my goal... Oh, which one do I do? I have 1, 2, 3. He's got 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I should take with the rook. Okay, what to do? But yeah, my goal is if I can make this IRL streaming possibility, where like as I travel, I'm able to actually flip on the switch and go live. That one will definitely be my area of focus. I want to make sure that works out nicely. And who knows, if my ambitions work out where I'm able to consistently travel to, like, let's say parts of Africa, Europe, Asia for like wildlife related stuff and do these types of streams, I do feel fairly confident that those types of streams, it's novel enough that I think it can draw good eyeballs on it. I think enough people would be curious to see something like that. And so if I can build a brand around that, I do feel more and more confident that that's like something I can do full time. So mixing in my wildlife related travels, but then also doing streaming. Sorry, I'm so absorbed in this. Okay, right now I do feel a little bit better, even though I'm down by a lot. But at least this pawn is well protected. But he's up by 3, okay? This is not looking good. We are still in Mayday territory. And I don't see a way out. Because he can move his knight here. And I can't take it because then he'll win the exchange. Okay, what do I do here? Okay, I guess I don't have a choice. No. I do have a choice. I shouldn't just take that. I'll let him take it, because then I'll take with the pawn, and at least I can try to build up the pawn structure. Oh, I hate you. This guy, man. This guy thinks he's so special. Kevin says, all I know is you gotta avoid cruises. Yeah. I've never been one for that anyways. The only time I've done a cruise was in Vietnam. Was it Ha Long Bay? Ha Long Bay? Okay, I guess now's the time to take. Let's just push. He's got 20 seconds, I got 25 seconds. So only shot I got is to just go fast. Oh, this guy, man. This guy is destroying me. Psych. Do. Oh, shoot. Oh, idiot. He gave me 1 extra lease on life. He didn't take my bishop. What to do? Dang it. This guy. Kevin said I did a cruise in Mexico. Well, the one cruise I know, I've heard a lot of people say they want to do is the one in Alaska. Or not a lot of people. I know that one I've heard good things, but who knows? Like doing an Alaskan cruise. I don't know anything about Mexico. Yeah, just cruises are just not my thing, you know? Being stuck in a boat, sure, I get it. It's like everything you need is there. What, do they have like casinos, water parks? I don't know. But in the same way, I guess it's just not for me because my style is also I don't like beach vacations. So I've never been one for like, I just want to go on a vacation where I'm just at a beach town and I'm just like sunbathing for however long. I don't know. It's just never been like it never piqued my interest. Okay, what was that? Am I 0 for 1? Okay, so I need to win the next 2 and I can be done with this. Jesus, it's almost 10 p.m. I was supposed to get work done today. But I have so many TV shows I need to watch. Not a good excuse, but... Alright, he's got to put the queen... Oh, no. Okay, fine. Let's push his knight. I gotta be careful here. Because he wants to put that knight there, and I'm saying, hells no. As if. This guy. Who does he think he is? This mother... Come on, do it. I dare you. I dare him to push. Just keep pushing. Keep pushing, man. See what happens. I've been working on SEO and ranking for keywords. Oh man, Kevin, I need to spend some time. Like I said, I need to update my website. I need to simplify how I brand myself. So I think I need to create like a simpler front page where all I advertise myself as is like a wildlife and travel filmmaker or something to that effect. Also, one thing I need to look into is nowadays, I wonder... Violet says I have to update mine. Okay, I feel threatened by this knight. Let me push him away. I'm the second result, so pretty high ranking, and now I'm like, I feel exposed. Oh, I mean, second ranking, that's damn good. That's been my biggest struggle, is like, how do I get my SEO... Just even for like, well, especially for what I do, like tours and stuff, it's tough because I'm competing against like actual proper tour companies. But then I was thinking, I wonder, all right, do you think he's going to push? I wonder in this new era of AI search engines, do people even do, will fewer people start doing Google searches for things that they're interested in and start just directly asking their ChatGPT, Grok, Gemini, blah, blah, blah? Because if that happens, is there a world where you're not advertising... What do I do here? I'm trying to be clever. I don't know what the move should be here. All right, I'm going to be clever by doing this. Yeah, would it be better? Do you get to a point where you need to actually increase your SEO within these AI platforms? Because people won't search on Google anymore. They'll be like, hey, ChatGPT, can you tell me more? I need a freelance designer. I need a freelance blah, blah, blah. But then again, maybe they just pull from the Google search anyways. I don't know. All right, this guy is pissing me off. He's being clever. He's trying to be too clever, and I don't like it because that's my job. I'm trying to be too clever. Violet says it was used for my graduation portfolio. Oh, your website? I'm starting to feel really dialed in on the branding. Well, nice, man. Oh, shoot. What are you doing, man? Why you gotta threaten me like that? This guy, who does he think he is, applying this much pressure on me? Violet says I was asking about that. Best thing to set up for SEO and for AI crawlers. Okay, I've been attending webinars. AI crawlers. I should look into this. You have to have a strong footprint. You have to use both. The LLM just searches for what's most relevant. Gotcha. I just gotta find Sam Altman. Ooh, this guy messed up. He messed up, didn't he? Yes. I think if I move my bishop here, we've got unlock the rook and the queen. I think that's a guaranteed hit for one of them, no? I think so. Let's do it. What's the worst that can happen? What's the worst that can happen? He might desperately move his knight. Okay, he didn't. That's fine. Then I'm gonna take with the queen. Now he's got to back his queen out of the way. Methinks he'll move it there. Oh, he is foolish. He just wants to keep trading off, huh? I think that was the smartest thing to do. All right, now let's apply pressure. Oh, he's got 20 seconds left. Now I can take my time. We're gonna take our sweet ass time with this one. You have to use both. SEO is a whole ass occupation. Yeah, man, it's so stressful. Honestly, when I was trying to build out my website, and then when I was trying to figure out like, do I need to do like Google Ads? It was like one of the most stressful things I could do. I need to put more money into Google Ads, I think. But it just feels almost like a futile effort because it's like hard to see your results. What should I do? I'll do this. It's constantly evolving too as Google tweaks the algorithms every couple months. Yeah, and you know what? Because I know obviously Google owns YouTube as well. So the other thing I was trying to figure out is, should I put money into, hold on, let me figure out what to do. All right, we're going to keep pushing. I'm going to force him to trade off. Oh, I got to be careful on time too. I thought I had all the time in the world. I'm being too cocky. All right. Now we're threatening the queen. Okay, okay. We'll keep threatening. Okay, okay. Harmlessly trying to set myself up to put the rook there. Okay, he saw through me. That's okay, that's okay. Oh shoot, I gotta be careful now. Oh man, okay, I'm getting way too... All right, let me go in defense mode. Let me focus. I was about to do some foolishness. Oh shoot, I did do some foolishness. That's okay, that's okay. Oh no! Oh my god, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot! I got too cocky. I let him freaking checkmate me with 10 seconds left. Ah, today's not my day. After I said today's my day. I paid $0, says Kevin. What is the YobelPrize brand? I have no idea. Well, I mean, it's just YobelPrize. I guess one word. It's just a play on my name, man. There's no real other meaning behind it. All right, you know what? I'm not gonna get any work done today. I feel it with how shitty I'm playing in chess. This is all I'm gonna do. So Violet, to your question earlier, as you're pondering, oh no, I even messed up here. Oh, I gotta be careful. So I guess today I'll be a gaming streamer because clearly I'm not gonna get any photo edits or video edits done. Because I can't win a single freaking game. This is embarrassing. I was winning that one too. I can't believe I squandered it and got myself checkmated. That is so humiliating. My God. Where to go? Where to go? All right, let's get my bishop in action. Let's just have some fun, you know? freak him out a little bit because this guy's doing some really unorthodox things, you know. So let's play with it. Kevin says, when CNN contracts you, what are they buying into? Oh, I have like my own company information. I have my own LLC and stuff in Dubai as well. So yeah, it goes through that. What to do? Not looking too good. I mean, it's not bad. We're still in a neutral spot. But it could be better. That's what I'm saying. Ah, I just gave up my pawn. You fool. Oh, but he's not that good. It's okay. We're on even playing fields. Kevin says, no, I mean, like, what are you solving? What is the value that you bring? There's a number of things, right? Because, like, technically, it's also doing, like, freelance work. But I think in terms of prioritization, I just want to market myself as being, like, a travel documentary supporter, whatever that means. Like a cameraman. At the end of the day, just being like a cameraman. So it's like, hey, if you're doing a film project and you need a camera operator, you need someone who has the ability to travel, to shoot in travel mode, right? Not in like a comfortable home setup or whatever else, but just someone who just feels comfortable in that environment, can shoot with different camera gears, can go out in the wild in like rugged terrain, all of that kind of stuff. It's like very physically demanding. It's very mentally taxing as well. So that is definitely something that I do view myself as being it's a specialty for sure. So yeah. And yeah, generally speaking, I also don't have that much experience, so I can't really say like, hey, I want to, you know, I'm marketing myself as like a DP or whatever. I think I'll get there eventually, but I feel just as excited about working on other people's projects and just being a part of the process, you know? If I were to recommend you for a gig, what would it be? Well, give me a second here. Yeah, really, it's just like, yo, you need someone who can handle a camera, who can film, who can shoot something nicely. Yeah, that's like the primary. I'm not necessarily advertising myself from the lens of like, you know, yeah, like I'm trying to be the director. I'm trying to. Oh, this guy's so tricky, isn't he? As if I can't see what you're doing. But do I have a choice? I don't have a choice. I have to. Because if I don't, what can I do? I'm going to lose my knight either way, is what I'm saying. Unfortunately. I've put myself in a bad position. Because if I move my knight out of the way, he'll just move this pawn forward and I lose a rook, which is even worse. Damn it. Okay. We'll just make up with that one pawn. Kevin says that's there you go. That's the problem you solved. So who is your target audience with that in mind? Well, so one of the goals I have for this year, this upcoming 12 months, let's say, is I need to start working on creating a bunch of short films. Like just make a quick little body of work. Not necessarily doing cinematic stuff. Like, yeah, I think I've proven myself when it comes to, am I able to create something that's very cinematic? I do feel confident about that. Where I lack confidence. Okay, I'm in such a bad spot, guys. All right, I gotta resign this game. Have I won a single game today? Oh, this is embarrassing. But yeah, so I think I want to try to make as many short film like mini docs as possible. Imagine like 5-minute, 10-minute, actually less than that, even just like 3-minute to 5-minute type videos, similar to the Chimp Island video that I've already made. So I want to see, based on my upcoming travels, I want to try to prioritize places where I could also shoot some kind of a film doc style. And so I want to create a number, like at least 8 to 9 of this type of body of work. I'll put it on my website. And by that point, then I'll feel much more confident actively promoting myself, as well as just on my own, doing my own thing, but trying to get these kind of film production, I don't know what you call these, like these film studios or any of these people who are looking for someone for like a travel camera operator. I was like, okay, well, this guy clearly has this body of work. He can do the cinematic stuff, but he also has a good eye for storytelling. He knows how to take like this, you know, some subject about conservation or whatever in a particular location. So I do want to focus, at least for now, I want to focus on like, you know, parts of Africa. So then it just becomes like, if whether you're Nat Geo, whether you're BBC Earth, whether you're CNN or whatever company, if you need a camera guy for a project in my part of the world, my neck of the woods, instead of hiring some American camera person like who lives in the States, which would be very pricey. Oh shoot, what am I smoking today? I'm just so okay, at least I saved my rook. I'm putting myself in such a bad spot because now he gets this pawn for free. I don't have many choices here, do I? What to do? Okay, let me punt this knight. The knight's gonna do a little checky. So then I'll move my king up here. Isn't print dead? Did I say print? Or I don't know, maybe you misheard me, or I don't think I said anything about print. What would I print? He's gonna take my bishop. I'm gonna have to sacrifice my queen. Oh, even worse, man. All right, guys, I'm not getting any work done today. I'm just letting you guys know. It's almost 10 p.m. I just need to win 2 games, and then that's the end of the stream. All I need, I'll end the stream once I get 2 wins. That's all I'm asking. I've never been greedy about this. Come on. Come on. All right, we got this one. I'm feeling it. Kevin says, I was thinking like Nat Geo magazine, but I think you're more into the storytelling and video. Yeah, I don't really think it's prudent for me to compete in the photo space because it's already crowded to begin with, right? In terms of photography. Whereas I do feel that cinematography, videography is multitudes more challenging than photography. I feel like that's not controversial, right? That must be like a given. This guy's playing some tricky games here, and it's making me nervous. Okay, I didn't play his game, which I think I somehow survived for now. Now he's going to try to do a checkmate. So I guess the simplest thing I can do is just move this forward, but then I leave this pawn exposed. So I guess I should just back it up and this will protect me temporarily. Then I'm going to move this forward to threaten his queen, unless this guy's an idiot. Okay. Then we get a free piece now. Thank you very much. Thank you kindly. Okay, he's gonna move that rook right there. Oh, I'm reading this guy like a freaking book. All right, how long can I keep this up though? Oh no, dang it. I saw it too late. What do I do? What do I do? This might be GG's for me. How did I not see that? Okay, we lose another one. This is not good. Who is out to get me right now? Jesus. I was doing so well. I'm about to drop under 1600 now. This might sound, I think it's like another dimension. This might sound crazy, but I think having a public-facing brand that only focuses on what you're offering is the way to go. It sends a stronger signal. Yeah, for sure. And like, I don't disagree. And part of where I've struggled is that I don't focus. I don't like narrow my focus and have a stronger signal. I'm like kind of broadening it out. But I'm also not complaining, because by widening the net, I've also created unique opportunities that I otherwise wouldn't have if I had been so focused on a singular path. Like I said, just by randomly doing YouTube, that turned into a CNN opportunity, right? So like, okay, check. I'm not going to stop doing YouTube. All right, fair enough. But then like each of them have their own tendrils into other things. So, but there's a fine line of how much of that makes sense. And yeah, I haven't figured out the math of it yet. But yeah, that's why at the very least, my website, I want to make the front page. Forget about anything else, like any kind of random freelance, like corporate shoots or things like that. Forget about my live streaming or my tours or anything like that, like my own organized tours. I think my front page will just hyper focus on, hey, I am a travel filmmaker, cinematographer, whatever, based in based in the African region, let's say Northern African, blah, blah, blah region. Oh, yo, I am so bad. What is going on? I'm going to chalk it up to I'm multitasking, and therefore I'm just not I'm not playing my sharpest. Okay. But I'm just making rookie mistakes. I'm just letting this guy take as many pieces as he freaking wants. All right, don't give up hope. We still got this. We're still in it. We still in it. Okay, okay. Kevin says, what do you think, like Yobel Park? What's your last name? Is definitely not Park. The problem is my last name is also not necessarily, it doesn't tie to any brand. Oh, come on, this guy. Really? You gotta play me dirty like this? I'm getting absolutely, as the young people say, I'm getting mogged, okay? I'm getting chess mogged right now. For example, Yobel Kim, cinematographer. Yeah, I also kick ass on YouTube stream. Oh, what are you doing, man? What are you doing to me? Yeah, stream on Twitch, but Yobel Kim is the guy coming through the plains. I wish, but the problem is my last name is, it's not, it doesn't roll off the tongue like that. So I don't think I'll ever rely on my last name. Also, I feel like that works when you at least have one, at least one of your names, whether it's your first or your last name, has to be something American. You know what I mean? It's got to be something easy to understand. It's a common element to it, like the David something, or I don't know. What should I do here? Because like Yobel, already just by having Yobel, it's Yobel is a meaningless word to 99.999% of people. It's not recognizable the same way someone saying like David or whatever, Jim, Peter McKinnon, right? Matty's a weird word, but at least people know it sounds like Matt, right? Brother, I am getting crushed. Crushed. All right, I gotta resign this game too. Have I won a game today? This is like kind of depressing. What the heck? Oh no, if I lose one more, I'm dropping under 1600. Okay, well that's more pressure. Let's do this. Little did I know today's stream would just be about playing chess. Did I say I edit photos and videos on stream? You fool. YobelPrize, the streamer, YouTuber, IG, cinematographer. Yeah, there's too many things. Like I said, that's why for my website, at least the front page, I'm gonna streamline it. So it'll just be like, you know, wildlife and travel cinematographer or whatever. Wildlife and travel storyteller or whatever. We'll see. Whatever of that combination works. But the point is, I will definitely be streamlining it quite a bit. And then perhaps like buried in my website, there will be other, you know, pages that focus on the other stuff. But this way, I hope it, like to your point, it should send a stronger signal to the broader world. If someone casually opens up my website, they'll be, oh, okay, here's his body of work. He promotes himself as a, you know, a camera guy. Oh, he's got these 9 different pieces that if I click on it right from that web page, I can see what he's done. It's like, oh shit, okay, that thing looks really good, or that's a really nice blah blah blah. It's like, okay, I get this guy. Let me reach out to him. Let's work together. I want to work with this guy in some capacity. So that's what I gotta somehow pitch. Very doable. I'm not concerned necessarily. It's just I gotta put in the work to update my website and figure out this whole AI. Like, how much do you? Yeah, how do you get AIs to recommend you, not just Google searches? So I'm sure I'll have to do a little bit of work here and there. But yeah. All right, I need to win this game. This is too embarrassing. And this guy's his rating is like 100 points or whatever less than mine. I got this. Even chess's algorithm is feeling sad for me. It's like pitying me. And it's like, all right, we're going to put you up against a weaker opponent, all right? That's kind of depressing. Kevin says there's too much noise, not to discount you in any way. Yobel trademark is kind of cool. It's abstract play into it. Yeah, I see no problem with using Yobel, but even just Yobel on its own needs a little bit of explanation. So, but yeah, listen, I'm proud of coming up with YobelPrize. I was like, oh, it's pride is too strong a word. It wasn't like I felt like a genius. It's what I used to say growing up all the time to introduce myself. I'd always be like, oh, my name's Yobel, and then you see that glazed look on their face, that blank look when they're trying to register. What did he just say his name was? It just sounded like a jarbled. I was like, what? So then I'm like, okay, it's like Nobel Prize but with the Y. And then you see that moment it clicks in their mind just by sharing that silly little, like, you know, all of a sudden they get it. Oh, your name's Yobel. Okay, it's like Nobel Prize but with the Y. And then afterwards also, it always felt annoying to me that it's unfair that they would always remember my name. Like if I meet someone at a party and I'm like, oh, I introduce myself and their name is like Josh. A month goes by, I go to another house party or whatever, he's there. He's like, yo, Yobel, you remember me? I'm like, oh, yeah, I remember you. What was your name again? And they just like, they almost look offended that you couldn't remember their name. But it's like, yo, what the hell, man? Your name is Josh. How am I supposed to remember Josh? For all I know, your name could have been Jim, Jeffrey. Oh no, what am I doing? Okay, I shouldn't do this. Okay, I give up. Am I going to be streaming all night just because I can't win 2 freaking games of chess? This is depressing. But thank you, Kevin, for at least entertaining me with some brainstorming session here as I'm getting destroyed, brutally mogged. They get the explanation when they go to your website, Yobel M. Yeah, the M, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I think, like I said, I don't think because the name Yobel is meaningless, it doesn't make sense to just lean into Yobel, because then it's not like people know how to pronounce it. Half the people will think it's Yobel. Some will think Yobel. I've heard them all, believe me. So YobelPrize is the way to go. All right, just give me one dub. Just give me one dub to feel, detox, to feel refreshed, to feel revitalized, that I can do this. All right, still anyone's game, but I feel very nervous right now. Clearly, he's trying to attack this pawn with the bishop. He can also just jump one of his knights over here to threaten my rook. And then I have only one choice, move it forward. But it's just annoying because I don't want to move it forward. And he did the damn thing. This guy, man. Okay, so now he's going to take my bishop probably. Okay, he didn't take it. But now... I'm going to try to be sneaky. I'm trying to go after that queen. So I'm going to try to do a little sleight of hand. But obviously he saw through it. No matter. But that's fine. I'll take with this knight. So now it frees up my bishop. Oh no. Okay, I see how it is. Not good, not good. Yo, I honestly think I haven't won a single game of chess today. Or at least on stream. I've played chess throughout today, okay? I've got an addiction. But this, even to me, this is like terrible news. How could it be that I've been destroyed, utterly destroyed this thoroughly? I'm not forcing you to rebrand or separate two identities. But you need a designated... This... Oh, man. Okay, well, that's another game. I have to resign. This is depressing, guys. Said, you need a designated place where you'll get hired for cinematography. Yeah, fair enough. Like I said, I'm open to it. I'm gonna make the changes. I already got some ideas in mind of like what I need to change. But like I said, I think one of the most important things I need to do is also start prioritizing some travel projects and like film projects where I can actually add to my body of work. Right now, I know for a fact I have my, Chimp Island travel doc film. That one stands on its own. I'm very proud of it. And it's definitely something where it fits on my front page. But ideally, I should have like, a number of other short films or things that I've made to go alongside it so that people can just quickly peruse my work and be like, okay, yeah, I think this guy's someone we should at least reach out to. Okay, this is a game I can win. I feel like this is a bit recognizable to me. What to do? I think I sound more certain than I should, but the person paying big bucks shouldn't be spammed with buying presets. You're on your way. Yeah, I appreciate the confidence. Yeah, for sure. Like, I don't think it's wise of me to like start promoting presets or things like that. That's like a offshoot of whatever it is that I do, for sure. All right, we're gonna apply some pressure on this queen. Okay, I just need 2 wins. Honestly, I didn't expect to be stuck this long without a single W under my belt. So today's stream literally will just be focused on winning. It is unacceptable that I could be getting destroyed this badly. How do I trap this queen? Maybe if I... Obviously, I want to move my knight here so I can attack this, but I want to block this queen from being able to go anywhere else. What if I move this here? He takes, I take, he takes, I take, he takes. I'm screwed. Okay. So never mind on that. All right, this guy's just annoying me now. You want to draw? I'll accept a draw. All right, so it's not a loss, but it's not a win either. But we move on. Kevin says, sorry, man, I'm kind of autistic. Just gotta give you unsolicited guidance. Listen, it's not unsolicited. If it was unsolicited, if it was what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, it doesn't bother me at all. Listen, you could heavily critique my website or whatever I do. Generally speaking, I think I have a pretty thick skin. So, you know, especially like even if you were being highly critical, let's say if you came into this chat and you're like, hey, your website is complete trash, and it really speaks to your lack of design capabilities and blah blah blah. Yeah, I mean, if you said it like in those harsh words, I mean, sure, I'll take offense to it, but even then, like, I don't. As long as you don't mean ill will, or if there's no ill intention, I generally am not the type to be uncharitable or to get offended. I appreciate the advice because it shows that you're spending the time to, the time you're spending to try to figure this out for me is much appreciated. Because believe me, I think about this all the time. I still don't have a proper answer per se, but I'm not like, I'm very excited for whatever we can make happen. What do I do here? I don't want to be too risky. All right, we're just going to protect the knight. I was going to go for that pawn there, but I think it does leave me exposed long term. So let's move. Let's protect this pawn. Now this bishop is going to be a bitch and a half. So I guess I'm going to have to, if he doesn't take this. Okay, so I'll have to. All right, precarious position here. It's anyone's game, but it is precarious. I might as well just castle on this side. What to do here? You know what my little side project is? One of my photographers recently retired. 70 years old. He's going over his film archives. Nice, nice. You're gonna do an interview piece. Oh, that's cool, man. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how I can interview some interesting people. I mentioned one of the potential stories. Oh yeah, I forgot. One of the potential stories I could do could be like some of the falconeers. I don't know if that's the right word, but the people who raised falcons in the Middle East, right? Like it'd be nice to interview them. It's similar enough to like the Mongolian eagle hunter kind of concept. Okay, please take it. Is he so foolish that he would take it and give me a free knight? I don't think so. But one can hope. Because I desperately need a dub. How long have I been playing without a single freaking win? Oh no! I just gave up my bishop. Okay. Well, that's another game. This is unbelievable. I was only supposed to play 2 games. I was supposed to win 2 games over an hour ago so that I could start editing my photos and videos. Meanwhile, here we are. I might be able to pitch it to some publication, super niche. And the stars would really need to align, but bare minimum, it creates authority. Great for SEO. Yeah, yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, good luck on that. I still, yeah, I'm still in the learning phase of how to tell a good story, how do you do proper interviews. I think I'm getting better at understanding like proper shot list. So, you know, some things are getting better over time. All right, I'm gonna threaten this bishop. This is such an awkward setup for me. Just give me the win. Give me the dub. Okay, if I do this, then he's gonna move where? I don't know. Let's just do it. Man, what kind of mental blocker am I going through? I wonder if I'm like, is it possible that I could be subconsciously wanting to lose? Because like, how could I be losing every single game? I think there's only one game that I should have won. Like I was definitely, should have been GG's and I messed up and let him checkmate me. I'm just learning as I go. I'm gonna check out some oral history stuff. How do I create something? What is this guy doing? Did I just give up a pawn or something? How is he up by one? Bruh. It's embarrassing. How he articulates could really determine the vibes. It's probably me making you lose. No. I mean, I'm used to just kind of being distracted while I play or just, you know, not fully focused. But this is like on another level. No shot. Oh my god, this is bad. Okay, well, that's another game I lost. You know what it is? I just gotta play without this extra 2 seconds. I think that's screwing me up. Let's play 3 minutes. No extra time. Just straight 3 minutes. Let's do this. Here we go. All right. Now this will force me to go speed mode. Got no choice. We're just going fast. No thinking. I think my problem was I was thinking too much. Do. Alright, so my best opportunity is just speed run this. Alright, so shut off the brain. We just do quick moves, fluster him, and avoid black squares for that bishop. So I want to make sure no... And I think this knight is in a great spot because nothing can threaten this knight. So I think I'm doing the right strategy here. Alright, this is a game I should technically win. Unless I somehow lose on time or I do something else wrong. I'm going to push this. That much I'm okay. I'm okay having some of these pawns in black. See, he knows. I know this guy's feeling threatened by this knight. Because nothing's going to knock this knight out. So he done messed up, you know? Alright, but now we're all kind of stuck in a quagmire here. That's because I'm thought-provoking type stuff. Yeah, for sure, man. Which is good. Okay, I'm just gonna push the P. We're pushing P. We accept the trade-off. Obviously, I'm threatening this guy. I don't mind if he wants to push. Oh, yeah. All right, I'm in a good spot. Oh, he messed up. All right, finally, we get a dub. Jeez. I do got to be careful, though, but it's okay. Oh wait, so if I go here, 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 here. Oh, he takes. Shoot. Okay, I made the right decision. Oof, I was nervous. I was nervous. I was about to do the wrong thing. Finally. All right, worst case I draw, but we got this dub. Oh wait, unless I somehow royally... I could still mess this up. Oh man, I gotta be careful. There we go. All right, no chances. Oh, yes. Oh, sorry, Nala. Good girl. We did it. We did it. Yeah. Good girl. Yeah, we did it. We did one W. Now we just need one more. Okay, so I just needed to go fast. That's all I needed, okay? Here we go. One more. Let's do this. Speed run. Take it. Take the bait. All right. Even better. I love playing this type of game because if they take the bait in one way or the other, I get a situation where I stick the king in place, or I stick the pawn there. And then it's a question of what moves do I want to do? Boom. We did it. Oh my god. It only took like an hour or so. Okay, guys. Well, listen. My brain is fried. Literally, I wasn't supposed to spend this much time. My mental fortitude was not meant to be spent on chess. I need to recalculate if this is a good strategy for me for my streams. I was supposed to be editing my videos. I have so much to do. But I feel drained now. So, Kevin says, if you lose again, it'll just spoil the vibe. No, thankfully. Listen, you gotta just push and push until you get the dub. So here's what I will say, though. Happy Monday. Like I said, I hope you guys check out my YouTube video, my latest video on Mongolia. We're gonna do a lot more of that kind of content. Now that we're finally done with Mongolia, tomorrow, I'm gonna probably do a bit of housekeeping, and clean up my storage. And I can finally just delete a lot of those footage from my computer. It's already backed up, but now that provides me a much needed space for a number of my other trips, right? I have Sri Lanka is probably the next one chronologically that I want to share with you guys, and the others. So yeah, it'll be fun. I'm just glad to close that chapter. Check out the video, guys. I appreciate it. I'm going to edit some more photos from that trip and then turn that into a collage as well. So we got some more stuff from Mongolia. Oh, and then I have one more trip to Mongolia that I filmed as well. So we still got more stuff from Mongolia, guys. So yeah. Oh my god. All right. My cat is already asleep. It is what it is. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Thanks, Daytor, for saying good night. Yes, good night to you as well. Thank you, Kevin, for the, what'd you call it? Oh yeah, the thought-provoking conversation. I appreciate the advice as always. I appreciate the encouragement. But yeah, we'll catch up. I'll be back tomorrow doing the same old thing. I'll try to win the chess games a bit faster, but yeah.